Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Hilaal Live. Thanks for joining us. We all the way from our Cape Town studio, just after 6:30 for us, and the team takes over until about 7:30, inshallah. So as we do on a Monday, as I mentioned, we invite entrepreneurs or various projects that highlight and encourage our community to do so much more, do better. And as mentioned in the glorious Quran, Iqra, our first words by our beloved Prophet, peace be upon him, that allows us to encourage ourselves and our family members to actually read more. And I've invited a young man into studio who does just that. I'd like to invite and welcome Adib Conrad. Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Assalamu alaikum. Shukran, Lukman.
Afwan. I've come across your business and I thought, okay, this is absolutely amazing. But for those of our viewers that don't know too much on how this all began, give us a brief history.
Yeah, so about 2019 I started. I've been a book lover and a book reader, so a collector maybe, since about the last 15 years. And it's something that I've always wanted to do, but lacked the courage. So it's a bit of a long story to it. So at school and university, studied, got my degree, my master's and so on, and went to work. I was always about, look, get a degree, go to corporate world and climb that ladder. And then 2019, I went overseas to Yemen for a program over there.
Okay.
And then while I was there, I bought a few scarves, shawls that people wear. I thought, okay, nice opportunity. Not really, never really had the entrepreneurial spirit. I could buy a few, sell it, see how it goes. Came back, I sold well, then like a few days, all sold out. Then I realized it's not actually that difficult. It's easy to do something outside of the corporate world. So then later in the year, I approached a few friends. Look, I wanted to sell some Arabic books. I was a student at the time still. Are you guys interested? So we bought a few Arabic books. We sold it. We were done with that. And then I asked him, we want to continue with this, but selling English translations and so on. Very check. Nobody responded. Asked again, nobody responded. I was like, you know what? Instead of waiting for somebody to try myself. So I started with 2 books, alhamdulillah. I found a local publisher who had books that I thought were quite in demand. I bought it, put it on my WhatsApp status. And then from there we went. I started an Instagram page. Okay. And then from there, started buying more books. Initially, I just bought books from local wholesalers. Okay. And then I managed to get some funding from someone that I knew, registered the business, and then started importing myself, which makes it a bit more feasible. Right. And then from there, I started joining some pop-up markets. Okay. And then recently we started our website, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. What's your objective behind your business? Where do you see this heading towards?
So I saw the gap a few years ago. There's only like really 1 or 2 Islamic bookshops in Cape Town. There's a real under-representation of Islamic books in mainstream bookstores. Okay. And I remember going to one in Camry Square specifically, and I had a look through it, and I was looking and I thought, this can't be it, man. There was 1 or 2 books in the religious section, and I think it was about 5 Islamic books, a translation of the Quran, another book, and there were 2 by a particular author, which was more against Islam. It's about his journey away from Islam to Christianity. I thought, but how does that fit within Islam? And then from there I decided, what would be to fill that gap of making good literature available to the community. And also, as an avid reader, I always come across books I'm always reading about on the internet, who else wrote books and so on. And every year there's more and more books become available. So, and people don't know about it. So part of the objective is to connect people with those books that become available, to say, look, like somebody asked me, we're doing this course. I said, look, the book that you guys may like is this, and then that way. So that's one of the objectives, making books available as a form of dawah.
Of course.
Many people come to me and they say, look, I know there's someone who's interested in Islam, what do you have for them? Or there's someone who became Muslim, what can I recommend to them? So there's a gap. Inshallah, to fill that gap, and then also, as as something for myself that helped me transition from the corporate world to that kind of entrepreneurial jungle.
So the company is called Chapter 9 Bookz, 96. Yeah. Bookz, how did that?
I used the name a few years ago. I started a book club, which flopped nicely. We had like 3 meetings, which but I wanted as you said earlier, Iqra, which is the command to read. But there's so many bookshops or programs or foundations called Iqra. I wanted the symbolism without using the name.
Okay.
And then, so it's a 96 96th chapter of the Quran, Surah Al, which starts with Iqra.
Lovely. Okay, I like that one. You brought some of your books into studio, and maybe, you know, we can show some of our viewers the books that you have, and, you know, the various categories, age group categories as well that you cater for.
So, of course, for kids, we often it's one of the biggest sellers, but I bought a few of different ages. So this is like for ages from 0 up until 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
The first book about Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Small kids, especially like babies, they are terrors with small books. They love it, but they tend to pull it, bite it. My daughter used to feed on the books.
Yeah.
So this is nice. It's colorful, has a great message.
And you've got a camera facing you, so you can actually hold it up to the camera, and our viewers can actually look at our books.
My first book about Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Series of 6 books is about Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
I still like the feel, the touch of a book. You know, I've got a colleague that reads online on his phone. No, that's not for me. The smell, the feel, the touch,
the experience,
that's still there.
You can't get away from it. Even I have a Kindle myself as a bookshop owner.
Right.
But I still don't usually use it.
Of course, yeah.
There's another one from the same series, my first book about the Quran.
Okay.
And then this is really one of our best sellers. It's called Migo and Ali, Love for the Prophets. This author for me is one of the best authors in Islamic children's books.
Okay.
So you can see she's wrote a book about 18 different prophets that were mentioned in the Quran. And she's used a classic source called Stories of the Prophets by Ibn Kathir. So it's a nice child-friendly kid book. When we were small, Allah was always angry. You're going to be punished and so on. So the way that she writes the books, that you get the message. And I mean, she doesn't take away from the story, but it's softened a bit for our kids to get that rahmah, that loving side of Allah.
Yeah.
This is a book for like maybe 5, 7, 8 years old. The Prophet described. It's about a character called Zayd and his mom. And it's about Zayd trying to learn more about the Prophet Muhammad.
Beautiful.
My favorites. And then one of the other objectives is to connect students with good literature. So this is like one of the books that we study at the madrasa where I'm at. I'm a full-time student at Darul Turath Islami. So there's one of the first fiqh books you'll study called Risalatul Jamia, the Essentials of Islam. So the Arabic with the English. So for people to get familiarity with learning the Arabic and the English at the same time. Some people have that kind of fear.
Yes.
So this is helpful for them.
Yeah.
And then this is another example of a book that just show people, as I said earlier, people don't know books are made available. So this is one of the books that we study. It's called the Tuhfatus Saniyah. It's a commentary on the Ajumiyah. It's in Arabic grammar. So this is what the author's done, is they've actually translated the book fully. So you can see there's Arabic at the top, there's the English translation, and it's a brilliant commentary. There's some exercise in the book that you can do with practice. And they have some exercises at the end and so on. And then some other things that also very popular, either with students or just for people in general to get understanding, Quranic translations. So the first translations that you get was Abdullah Yusuf Ali or Pickthall. Beautiful translations, a good service they've done, but the language is sometimes a bit challenging for people to understand. So something like this is a word-for-word translation. It's great for someone to learn what the words of the Quran mean, because the sequence in Arabic is different to the sequence in English.
Sure.
So you get an understanding of that.
Alhamdulillah. So that's a wide range, and all this can be found in your website?
Yeah, everything's available online.
Would you like to give us the website details?
It's www.chapter96books.co.za.
And Bookz is BOOKZ, right?
Yes, and it's chapter 96, the number 96, and Bookz with a Z, yeah.
Okay, and any other social media platforms we can find you on?
On Facebook, and then I started TikTok page. The idea to give somebody views and so on. But camera sharp, inshallah. This is
inshallah.
This is to kickstart that page off.
Ameen.
And we'll I think I'm called the Muslim Book Count on TikTok. So give us a follow, inshallah. And then we expose you to our page.
Adib, Jazakallah so much for coming into the studio. Really appreciate you bringing your great books in as well, and also being part of our community, encouraging all of us to read more and also practice what we read as well, inshallah. Have a great evening. Thanks for coming in. Assalamu alaikum. That's Adib Conrad from Chapter 96 Books. Do go and visit them on all the very good social media platforms, and we'll try and upload our video as well on YouTube very, very soon. After the break, we cross over to Durban for the Muharram program, but from all of us here in Cape Town, so Hilaal Barnes, who likes to read on his phone, and myself, who likes to read books in person and hold a book, Luqman Shadrack. Have a wonderful evening. Assalamu alaikum.